Welcome back. We are nearly done with week 2 of Boone County's reopening plan. To check in on those plans, we have Boone County Commissioner Fred Parry. Thanks for joining us tonight, Commissioner.
Absolutely. Glad to be here.
How are things going so far in Boone County?
Well, from a health standpoint, very well. We've not had any new cases in the last 4 days. We only have a total of 6 people in all 3 hospitals that had COVID-19. Only one of those persons is from Boone County. So it's really, from a health standpoint, I got to tell you, it's going excellent. It's going very well. Sure.
I know the County Commission met this morning. How did that meeting go?
It was very civil. Everything was good. I think that it's back to business as usual for the most part, and we're looking forward to reopening most of county government coming this Monday, the 18th.
Oh, okay. So as far as, looking at that phase 2, I know we're in phase 1 right now, and the Boone County Health Director mentioned a couple weeks ago that she had given about 2-3 weeks until relooking at some of the plans to do the second part of this reopening. Have you spoken to her in regards to, or have you heard anything from her in regards to what phase 2 could look like and when more businesses can come back?
No, unfortunately, we have not heard from the health director. I'm assuming that we'll hear from her at some point in the next week or so when the new health order goes into effect. No, at this point, the county commission has heard nothing from the health director.
I know this weekend, thousands of Mizzou graduates and also some other local universities we're supposed to have, the typical traditional graduation, and that brings in a lot of money for Columbia and Boone County and our surrounding areas. Looking at the long-term impact of not being able to hold that right now, what is that possibly looking like?
Well, this weekend alone, with Mizzou not having their graduation, Columbia College not having their graduation, Stevens College, it is over a $20 million impact this weekend alone.
Wow.
I went back and looked at lodging taxes for last May and kind of backed into those numbers. But when you look at the money that is spent on graduation weekends at local restaurants and bars and hotels and local shops, we are going to lose over $20 million in revenue this weekend alone.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's a very large number. And obviously people are going to be wondering at home, well, now how are we going to get that money back? What areas are going to have to get cut as the county commission looked into obviously the budget, and where are we going to start tightening some areas?
Well, interesting enough, sales tax revenues were reported this week for April, and April was the second month of the pandemic, and this April over last April, we're actually up in sales tax revenues over $105,000, and so that is really the Walmarts and the Sams and the Home Depots, those and the grocery stores that have done it particularly well. But unfortunately, all of that has been at the expense of the small businesses who have been forced to close.
Right. All right. Well, Commissioner Fred Parry, thanks for joining us tonight. He will also be back with us coming up later tonight at 6.